You know, when you're watching like an insane series, it is so good you cannot look away. Every single episode ends on a cliffhanger. You find yourself searching for the remote, itching to put on the next episode. You're replaying every single key event to work out what's going to happen next. You are totally and completely hooked. Now, imagine if you could create that same effect that TV series gives you, but in his mind. So you can make him crave you just like you crave this new episode of your favorite TV series. Well, on today's episode, that is exactly what we are going to be doing together by using dopamine. So dopamine is the brain's pleasure chemical. I'm going to show you how to leave him completely and utterly obsessing over you. And it's not about playing games. It's definitely not playing games. It's just about understanding and mastering the art of psychology. Dopamine is like this feeling of anticipation that you get before something really exciting happens to you. It's what makes you hit next episode on a Wednesday night at 1 a.m., even when you know you need to get up the next day, and completely devour the whole series in one sitting that whole evening. And it's also what makes you replay that same song about 3 million gazillion times over and over and over again on repeat as if it's the first time you've ever heard it. And guess what? You can tap into the exact same mechanism and get him to think about you constantly, over and over and over again. So stick around because it's all coming up right now. Hi, welcome back to The Vibration Vault. My name is Alia Zare. I help women all over the world navigate their love lives in a more feminine way. So if that sounds like something that you want to do, make sure to subscribe to stick around. Okay, let's begin. So I want you to think about dopamine as a secret ingredient to addiction. It's that powerful neurotransmitter that makes us feel euphoric. It makes us feel excited. It makes us feel motivated. So whenever we do something that feels amazing and it feels like a treat to us, it feels like a very special moment, maybe like savoring a really indulgent dessert, or maybe in the middle of a workout high, or it could even be just spending time with someone that you're really, really into. Dopamine kicks in, reinforcing that behavior, so you are constantly seeking it out. But here's the thing, dopamine is very short-lived. So once the rush fades, you're left wanting more. So to get him thinking about you nonstop, you have to leave him with that craving of that dopamine hit. But how do you do that? Whenever you're spending time together and you feel like that moment is golden, it's like the pinnacle of the day, that's when you need to end it. End the date on a high note. Don't wait for things to wind down naturally. Ending the date early is going to keep his brain in this state of excitement, and his brain will associate you with that rush of pleasure. So just like a cliffhanger episode, you are now going to leave him eagerly awaiting the next episode, aka the next day. Dopamine doesn't just spike during moments of pleasure, it spikes during the anticipation and uncertainty around when you're actually going to receive it next. Let me give you an example. You know, when you are waiting for a text from a guy that you really, really like, that waiting is exciting. You feel those butterflies inside of you. That's dopamine at work, and it's intensified when there's uncertainty involved. It's like how a plot twist or an unresolved storyline keeps you completely glued and hooked to a show. It's because anticipation mixed with the uncertainty doubles the dopamine hit. So to keep him hooked, sprinkle some uncertainty on your interactions with him. Let me give you an example. Let's say he wants to meet up on Friday. You would respond with, "That sounds so fun, but I just need to see if I'm free, so let me get back to you." You're not declining the invite and you're not being rude, but you're also keeping him on his toes. This is something that a woman in her feminine energy does really, really well, and she does it very playfully. This isn't a game. It's just keeping him on his toes. It's keeping the excitement alive. Men actually love this, and that's because the uncertainty boosts his anticipation, which drives his dopamine levels just completely through the roof. Surprises are also like dopamine dynamite. We all love receiving surprises, and we all love hearing from someone out of the blue. It's the unpredictability that makes it special, to know that someone was thinking about us and actually did something behind our back to surprise us or make us feel special and thought about. Surprises light up the pleasure centers in your brain, and it leaves you feeling excited and valued and seen and heard. So to keep him thinking about you all the time, throw in some unexpected, thoughtful gestures and surprises. These things can be very inexpensive things. They're just thoughtful gestures. So one of my personal favorites is I like to leave little sticky notes on the screen of my partner's laptop. So when he opens it, he has like a cute little note from me. Remember, these are things that are super inexpensive. They're just thoughtful gestures. So maybe you send him a just because text, and it's just a really sweet, cute, wholesome message that he's going to think about all day. The key here is to be completely unpredictable. Don't do the same thing over and over again. Look for new and exciting, cute little ways that's going to have him thinking about you all day long without you actually having to physically be with him. It's like a plot twist that no one saw coming. You know, you change up a different surprise every single time. He's going to now subconsciously associate you with feelings of excitement. He's going to associate you with pleasure, and it's going to contribute to a dopamine spike that ultimately leaves him wanting more. A woman in her feminine energy knows how to be mysterious. She knows how to use her allure to her advantage. So let's just get real. We all know that over texting completely kills that mystery, and it kills the allure. If you're constantly available to text him, then ultimately you're just giving him way too much of your energy. And that's just really lowering the stakes for him. It's like when a show reveals way too much way too soon. You lose interest because there's just nothing left to look forward to. So don't fall into the trap of endless texting. Use it more for logistics. Use it for planning your dates. What time are we going to meet? Where are we going to meet? Basically, just confirming the details of when you're actually physically going to meet up. Save all of the deep emotional conversations for dates, save it for FaceTimes, save it for more intimate moments. When you stop giving so much of your energy over text, it's going to push him to make the move and step up as a man to plan those dates and to secure that one-on-one time with you, because he knows he's not going to get anything out from you unless he steps up. And remember, a man falls in love with a woman that he has to invest into, and that, unfortunately, yes, does mean financially. The more he spends on you, the more invested he is in you, the more he wants to be with you. So the more dates you can get him to go on, the more gifts he ends up buying you, is an indication of how much he is invested into you and how much ultimately he loves you and how much he's going to want to work on this with you. A lot of people online will tell you that to get a man's attention and to get him thinking about you forever, you need to be really unpredictable with your texting style. But that's actually something I personally don't agree with. I think a high value man is going to lean more towards someone who is not playing games. You're not doing Houdini for 3 days, going missing for days and days at a time. Because let's put it like this. If you're watching your favorite show and it's a TV series, and some episodes are so action-packed, they've got an amazing storyline, and then they have some of those filler episodes, you know, when nothing's really going on, you become disengaged, you start to pick up your phone more while you're watching it. It's just really not that exciting. That's the same effect that you're going to have on this man if you go missing for days at a time and stop texting him because you're trying to be mysterious. That is only going to work on a man who is a low value type of man. You can take a few hours to reply if you're genuinely busy. You don't need to be glued to your phone. I'm not advising that. That's probably an off-putting thing as well. But a normal response time, is going to activate his dopamine because he knows for certain what he's getting with you. When you are spending a few hours, it gives just enough space for him to kind of think about, I wonder what she's doing. I kind of miss her. I can't wait for her to message. He starts to get those butterflies. And then when you do message, he's super excited and over the moon to speak to you. He's not got to a point where he's completely checked out. You're going to completely check out if someone doesn't talk to you for 3-4 days. You're going to think, you're not worth my time. If we're going to think that, of course a high value man is also going to think that. So don't play those sort of games because they will backfire. And that's no fun. That's not going to get you your dream man thinking about you endlessly forever. So that is a wrap for today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please make sure to hit the thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what type of episodes and topics you would like me to cover in the next episodes. So until next time, I love you. Bye.